Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's episode, we have the tremendous honor and privilege of speaking to Annika Kessel. She's chairman, co-founder of Cosmiq Universe, and most recently and most excitingly, she's the co-creator of the world's first ever AI-powered avatar, ambassador for planet Earth. It's mind-blowing. Her avatar has over approximately 500,000 followers on Instagram, and she's truly trailblazing and making such a massive impact in our community, reminding the world of our essence, who we are, that's truly made of love, and what we're here for, which is to help evolve humanity. It's one of the most insightful conversations I've had, one that, as I was editing this, and reviewing it, I kept hearing something new. It's a truly inspired conversation, and I can't wait to share it with you. Thank you so much. And without further ado, I give you Miss Annika Kessel.
All right, well, cheers. Cheers. What are we going to talk about? So I thought we could maybe just like pick up from where we kind of left off yesterday. I don't really like staged conversations. So I know like when we first met yesterday, we were just talking about like the female, right? And like
The
about
feminine.
the feminine. Yeah. And the podcast that I'm starting. It's actually part of a larger plan, like I was telling you.
Yeah.
It's gonna eventually roll out into like a membership
Uh-huh.
gated community. And I thought of just making it free and available for everybody, but there's something behind like, an exclusive community. There will be content that's shared for everyone.
And
But
this is for women in business specifically, or any woman?
any woman,
Okay.
any woman.
And remind me again, you come from a tech background, or what's your background?
Yeah. So I come from a tech background.
Venture, right?
Actually, I have several backgrounds. So
Mhm.
my first background was in IT. I spent the first 5 years of
Yeah.
my career in IT.
So you can code? No.
No, on the marketing, advertising,
Yeah.
PR.
Yeah.
So everything marketing. I worked for like Amazon, Dell,
Yeah.
Hewlett Packard, just a bunch of them.
And so the podcast is women empowerment.
Yeah, women empowerment. And you're familiar with tokenization and everything. Yeah, I read your LinkedIn, which was super interesting. Yeah, so eventually it's going to roll out into a gated community where the whole point is to empower women all over the world to do what they do, share their craft, share what they're amazing at, just give value, right? So it's like social, like almost like social mining.
Yeah.
So if they share and contribute to the community, they'll earn the token. And in turn, later, as we bring on like different vendors,
Oh, wow. Oh my God, I get goosebumps.
as we bring
So
on
you earn tokens by promoting other women, basically.
promoting other women, contributing to them, mentoring them.
Okay, amazing.
So yeah, so there's a lot of different like psychological sort of gaming aspects behind it. Like one of my like deepest goals is and this is what crypto's all about, right? Is incentivizing human greed, or like everyone's natural desire to like get ahead on their own. It has everyone really divided. So if we could gamify the community, and that's the whole point of it, to instead of trying to compete with the other women in the community,
Yeah.
share, mentor her.
Okay.
And that's why there'll be all these separate.
Oh, amazing. You have to come to Switzerland to talk about this on stage at the Women in Web3 Switzerland. This is becoming a global organization. We're already 350 women. They have contacts into all the organizations in Japan, in Tokyo, in Miami. They got us on NASA stage and all of that. And there's a few very good interview partners for you, like SVPs of the largest exchanges that work with mail. Plus, if because we don't have like I was helping the founders to set this up. We're writing in the largest magazine in Switzerland for business. We're writing a column, us women, about Web3 and the future and blockchain and these kind of things. So you have to come and present this, because if we earn by just being a woman and empowering other women, this is perfect. This is like the passive income for having the clitoris.
This one.
This is amazing. They will love it. And we have now an NFT. That's the first thing. And they're trying to get their membership up. But if we can tokenize the concept, and there's like an earnings model, because everyone is promoting, this is such a strong female organization. You have to come to Davos on our female panel.
Okay.
During WEF.
I'm there.
Super. This is amazing. These business, that's what we need. Everywhere we need these models. Because we're moving from human doing to human being. So this is what our community is about. All these passive incomes, like from trading, the AI is doing the financial, outperforming the markets trading.
For sure.
From being a woman, being your passionate own entrepreneur idea, you earn money. This is the perfect, because this gives us everything we need to survive and to live an enriched life and in abundance by just being ourselves. This is basically the core of the experiment. What I started 5 years ago with this business.
Yeah.
And it was super tough because obviously you need to learn how to move the energy. You need to start with your magnetic force to attract things. You have to stop doing the linear one.
Yep.
And now I'm trying to, because all these women in the economics, you know, they're still like
in a box
on high heels. They don't know how powerful they are. And they're like, why do we need wellness? Like, even if you call it wellness, they're like scared. So
yeah, exactly.
So me and the founder, she has done all the womb healing training as well. We're trying to really like, and you're perfect because you're beautiful and you come from venture background, so they accept you. Yeah, you can talk. You can talk penis. Wow, this is beautiful. This is amazing.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. That's the heartbeat. Actually, the project, and I'll just share it, doesn't matter. It's called Beehive.
Yeah.
Right? Because all women, and you would know this, like we're all like connected, right? Like we can be in a room, and this is the power you're talking about that women have.
Sisterhood, but the true one, like
the true one, you know? And it's like, and it's just so funny. I try to explain this all the time to my partner, but like we'll walk into a room, a business room, you know, and it's like everyone notices everyone. But you better believe every single woman in that room is connected, like Beehive.
We're the mycelium.
Yeah. Yeah, we are, you know, and we see like, and there's like a whole other language we speak. It's like this nonverbal, energetic sort of communication that we have, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, instead of everyone being against each other, if we could instead foster culture within this community where it's like encouraging, empowering, speaking life, like this is what I see in you, you know?
Amazing.
And then they earn for it, they would earn the honey token. Because it's Beehive. So it's the honey token, you know? Yeah, no, this is
Have you heard of Amrita?
Who?
Amrita?
No, who's this?
So this is kind of I think we're getting to the core of the universe now, and that's why we're advising longevity funds. Amrita is a highly DMT containing, you know what DMT is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Highly DMT containing substance that the woman releases after the orgasm that ancient tribes would consume together. And it's an extremely rejuvenating thing. And if you look at it at like, so you release it there, and they would collect it, and you would gift it to Earth, and you would collect it, use it with your partner, consume it, and you would do it in a ritual.
Really?
And this is like, I get goosebumps all the time.
I'm getting goosebumps.
And the longevity funds, that's what I told Brooke's team yesterday. The longevity funds are looking on the cellular level, but it's actually the pineal, it's the gland system and the frequency. And it's interesting because this one guy yesterday, he told me that Amrita can only be produced by a woman when the man has opened his second heart chakra chamber. Then he can vibrate her into a frequency when everything is trust and divine couple. And then, and this is the thing, it's an over weeks body and mind rejuvenating process. So I learned from a Swiss sexually initiated priestess. Most of the womb healing trainers don't even know that this exists. And when you look on it on Wikipedia, it says infinitive drink of the Indian goddess. And it's when you research back to the last goddess called, and this is kind of the secret, like when we can start opening with female heart and then this is I haven't had my experience myself because the partner is not yet there, but I know I'm gonna get there, and I know we're gonna crack the source code of life with it, because this is like, we come from an orgasm, right? So this is where the infinity lies.
This is it.
It is this, and it's crazy because all this information, and it starts with a woman manifests with the clitoris and all of that. These when women start tapping into, and you were perfect because if you talk about it from a venture background, they take you serious. And me and Salama, you have to meet Salama. She's a beautiful Moroccan. She's the founder of this organization, and I know that there's all these powerful females there in all the leading crypto positions. They will just serve you because you're the queen of women empowerment. If you create a token where women earn for being a woman, it's like the perfect thing.
Yes,
it's the best thing I ever heard.
Again.
Like, amazing. They do metaverse, they do everything. Art. Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll be there. Like it's
Super.
amazing. This is really
This is amazing.
this is giving me chills. This is really powerful. I'll put it together. I'll share it with you. I already have it. I already shared it with Kyle too. And he just same thing, you know. He wanted me to sketch it out. But the thing is,
Can you just quickly tell me your name?
Jessica?
And then
Last name Gonzalez with an S at the end.
Gonzalez. Okay. Because Caro, she comes down and brings us some gift.
Oh,
Some because she's amazing and you might want to interview her as well. She is programming food with Pleiadian codes.
what? What did you just say? I'm not surprised at all, but tell me more. I want to fix this one here.
Yes. So it's interesting. She's really with her consciousness, she's hacking the matrix because you know that you can structure water with words, right?
Yeah.
And she does the same. Like she's one of the top influencers in Germany for weight loss. She lost like 80 kilograms herself. And when she does baking, she puts all these words like abundance, love, self-love under the bowls. And she comes and brings us, because we're starting a conscious food company as one of the things in our accelerator,
This is
as
beautiful.
utility for the community. And I can show you here. So what she started to do, and we can try one when she comes, she programs food, and she has she calls it love ball. She has it for all colors of all chakras, and she receives the information and download that because food is people eat a lot to nourish themselves because they don't love themselves. So she programs the information, and so from within it hers addiction to food and all of that.
Oh, really?
And she is like, and what happens now is she has quite a traction in Germany because of her weight loss story, and now the German federal government, like it's crazy, she hijacks through her consciousness. The government orders her, like government is super corrupt in Germany. They became crazy with the war. So they said, we're doing, us politicians doing a format called fairy tale storytelling. This is what they call it. And they invited her to
Whatever
do
works,
food
doesn't matter.
ceremonies with them. So they sit there and program the ball for their intention. And she does these crazy on stage ceremonies with food.
I love her.
It's like brainwashing. It's like, and this is vegan and no sugar and all of that. So she is like crazy, and she's kind of she starts to become like my manager because we have so many stage talks now. So and like wherever I go, like her food comes, and wherever she goes, our avatar comes. It's like, and wherever you go,
It's a growing family. Okay.
so I want this avatar, my avatar,
Yeah.
to promote you.
Okay.
Like you're like, if you want that,
I do.
like this could be a project. We have in the highlights in Instagram, we have 450,000 followers.
Okay.
We're right now selecting the right partners, and you can be one of these projects.
Okay.
If this is
Yeah.
because I just feel your energy and it tells me this.
Yeah. Can
Super.
super. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
So the Women podcast has been my heartbeat, right? But you know, I was looking for something, and this is just full disclosure, full honesty with you, right? I was looking for something to ignite me, like on fire, you know, because that's the Jessica that I know is aligned when I feel that way, you know? When we started talking and you started sharing your project with me, you know, on how it's not just like empower women for empowering women, it's part of a cosmic plan, it's part of a major shift that's happening.
I know.
And you know, and it's all connected. That is my heartbeat on a global scale.
Yeah.
Helping align. Okay, let me just back up
And
for a
that's
second.
why you come to us now, because we're this global thing.
Yeah, that is what woke me up by myself. No alarm. I woke up at 6.
Yeah.
Then I woke up at 7. My alarm was for 7:30, and then I woke up 2 minutes before, and that was my confirmation on us meeting and us working together.
Yeah.
Was because this feeling.
I have goosebumps.
I have been waiting for this feeling to come to me.
Wow.
And it came to me. Look, I'm covered in chills right now. I'm not making this, you know? And that is what is moving to me. And when I was doing research last night, because, you know, just deep diving on everything, and you told me a little bit about this, but maybe you could share it again. But when you were saying, like, tell me about, was it Aya or was it her NFT, the interstellar, like how when I read that, maybe you can just say it again because I don't have it top of my head. That was really interesting to me because I had this download in February when I did Ibogaine, that was one of my, this whole year has been like reset for me. I had this download about how I could just see it. And I told like the shaman facilitator about it. You know, there's so many different types of energy workers, like
Yeah.
even in science, metaphysics, now with AI, like everyone's in their silo working on what they're working on. And everyone knows that there's this big shift coming, you know? The sort of like visual that I got was, what if there could be a call, like something celestial, a sound, a call that would align
all yes,
the energy workers,
exactly.
everyone, and everyone
Exactly.
to do whatever they do at the very same time.
Yeah.
And if we did it at the same time, we could shift
Yeah.
the vibration
And
together.
this is what's happening already.
Yeah.
And this is amazing because this shows your part. Probably we have some past lifetimes or something, because all the souls that are ready to fully step into the light, which you are now called to gather together, and everyone does their individual passion thing, but the network and the infrastructure, we're the infrastructure. We're like, I've been trained in like 10 ayahuascas, how to through my heart send information into the field to call all these souls together. Like we're I'm just the service center. We're the infrastructure of the communities, of the hubs. And then it's almost like I don't know, it's like a wisdom council. These people, and some of our early investors are like womb healing trainers. My co-founder, who's still alive, he is trained for incarnations to like lead systems wise. He has been asked to become the president of Austria, and we decided he would not, but because he has a much larger role. So this is, it's a huge cockpit, and this is Cosmiq Universe. Yeah. And I'm not saying this because I'm a crazy founder. This is it's probably in the end we won't own any of the equity anymore, because this goes out to everyone. Yeah. And so and I have to tell you more about this, because all these divisions now, AI supporting the human ethics. I have to send you the video. And it was beautiful. Last night, someone said, I saw your presentation in the theater, and this was like a 55-year-old investor guy. And he said, when your avatar spoke, I realized there's people who care about it, and I'm not scared of the future anymore.
Okay. Yes. Yes. And I just wanted to say something to you right now. I think we need to stop apologizing for using this language. Stop saying, I don't want to sound crazy for this.
True.
Like, this language is here, this shift is here.
Program.
And that's the whole point behind this. What we're doing and what I want to share, and what I believe my purpose is, and this whole podcast, which is larger than a podcast, is to bring everyone like this together.
So including male.
Yes.
Okay. So
because it has to, it is female. It's female led and focused, but we have to collaborate together.
Yes.
It's
so
introducing
females. And the thing is, and this is what the Hope piece and everyone says, that the new world is built by the woman. So we are building this, and the males serve.
It's taking leadership and not bringing any of feminist language with us.
Yes.
When we use the language, it's just in a natural way, in the same way you would say, like, you know, someone's Native American, or someone's, you know, African descent, or someone's like whatever language you would use for like it's just using language that we do, but it's not backed by division.
Yeah.
It's simply assignment. Yeah. Right? If you're a woman, you're a woman. That doesn't mean we're feminists using language, or like, man, it's just we're using the language that we are, and there's no division behind it. Yeah. And if we're leading as women, it's because we're a leader. Yeah. And
we're taking this responsibility.
We're just taking the lead.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. You know, we don't hate men. We're not feminists. It's we receive the calling. If a man received the calling, fantastic. But we're receiving the calling, so we're taking the lead. We can see it. Yeah. You know, like if you can see it, then
we inhale the full power we have, because it's heavy to take, like the full responsibility we have.
It is heavy. I've had this calling for I'm not going to say super long time, but like at least a good year. I have felt it. Yeah. You know, but my whole life I've known that I could always see the connections. Yeah. And I knew that I was a world leader, and I just knew it was about pieces coming together.
It's super big. Your task in this is super big.
It's huge. And so honestly,
it's going to be millions of people knowing you, etc. And this is what we all have to grow into now.
It's heavy. It's big.
And supporting each other. Right now, she's teaching me to not do anything anymore, like to really delegate everything, even like, because I'm so involved in all these things and the infrastructure. And that's why my life was like that, learning at the UN, Stanford, all these systems, to have the professional skills to set up this infrastructure.
Preparation.
Exactly. So I'm just here to like this is a pool for humans to gather who remember their essence, and we're going deeper and deeper to the core. So this is like an empowerment accelerator to connect to your human essence. This is what we empower with anything, with even with sometimes with funds. So I empower a lady that does Amanita mushroom distribution, like financially with events, artists, etc. So we have this large marketing infrastructure, and this is all just for empowering people who are brave enough to remember their essence and stepping into that. And this is all the star seeds coming together. And there's a lot of spiritual bypassing people around who don't understand, and we have to be with the shit of this darkness as well, and that's super heavy. I just fired my assistant because I realized her doubt and mistrust is hacking the core. Like, and sometimes you don't even realize what's inside the core until you like woof, wait a second. So she's amazing. I'm super grateful, but she has to move somewhere else because she said Revolut is deep state. I can't do a bank account in Revolut. And now people have been, because we have international transactions, like the whole tribe, like 20 people are waiting for their payments because Revolut is not ready. And the international payments take so long. So when you're not in full trust with anything, you're starting to really harm the community. And this is so powerful. And then I'm always like, oh my God, shit. Next level. You're constantly cleaning the core and the authenticity and the integrity and the values of this pureness of the source. And this is the direct source to the source and the sun and the great feminine and the source of everything. This is the surrender.
This is the surrender. That's a big word.
So to me, free will doesn't exist anymore. When we surrender to love, you can choose in every single you can choose, but actually there's no choice anymore because the energy just tells you what to do. And often I'm like, really? Shit. Are you serious? Okay, but I serve. Their free will doesn't exist. Or if you do your ego thing, like if you're scared of something, then it slaps you in the face. That's my experience.
Yeah, no,
So I follow.
Same. That's actually very, very interesting that you're saying that. Because some people are on the brink of waking up, right, to this, but they don't know what it's actually going to feel like. Or they're so scared of like all the connotations and associations with being, like awake, because there's this whole woke culture, right? And then they hate like Christianity, the religion, right? Or they think that like earthiness or like being connected, like ayahuasca and like psychedelic medicine, because that's what it is. They think it's like witchcraft. There's so much of this going on, right? But like what you just said told me, it was like a quick little download I got, that if people could understand what the signs are that they should pay attention to outside of religion, outside of any association or titles, like what would be those signs? Like what you just said right now is one, right? Like when you receive some sort of thought, right, or impulse that's outside of any context, right?
And concept, right? Because everything is a concept in the end.
Yeah. So I feel like that's like a sign. I sometimes, so I have this conversation with my partner, and whenever the opportunity comes up, but he, and I mean this with all respect, because he's going to hear it, but he doesn't care. The hope and goal of mine, in the work that we do, would be in just drawing people to the movement that can see past titles, can see past any sort of like,
I think
affiliation,
it comes to,
because it has to be larger than that.
Are you ready to let go of your personified I and do something like bigger? Like you serve a collective.
Yeah.
Because you are disiluding yourself entirely in the bigger picture. And whoever is ready is invited, and whoever is not ready is invited. But it's different levels of engagement.
Yeah.
Because everyone, like I always had these visions, and let's talk about intuition later because I got some information while you were speaking. I saw this in a plant medicine ceremony, that we're a huge energy orgasm. Or orgasm, the same organism, same thing. And it's almost like it becomes so like with every single person joining, it becomes more powerful, and it's almost like a spiral that is like a magnetic force, and people surrender to their free will, like, and then you're sucked into the spiral. And this is really where as well you need to go through a lot of processes yourself. I always tell people, when you in a core team work with us, it's the most beautiful thing you can experience, because people are not asked to be good managers, they're asked to be their essence, authentic, to be with what is, to stay in discomfort. All the shit comes on the table, because otherwise it cannot
process,
dissolve, get integrated. and whoever is ready to face this, and it's even for me, like it's crazy. Anyone who is like, because there is no shadow except inside of us, and people who feel it's outside, they're not in full self-responsibility, and it's okay if they're not. However, this is what we have to do if we're devoted to truly finding out who we are and uncovering the truth of our essence. And this is the invitation. This is what the avatars share. And now about, because he said when people can feel this. So there she comes. Hi. Hello. She should look like a goddess. This is beautiful. We went to the Thai Kawai, and we're being it's a video. It's okay. You did. Oh, okay. So I already. She fully understands what you do. I already said you have to be on the interview as well. And she is like full on. She has this big global mission. That's it. And she's interviewing females, and females earn tokens for promoting other people and female. It's amazing. For being a female.
You guys are very.
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah, there's a lot. I just feel a lot of energy right here.
Yes.
Whoa.
Wow. Because this is how we change the world, you know? With
Yeah.
exactly these powerful women. Mission to change the world.
Wow. Nice to meet you.
And it was crazy.
It's beautiful.
She entered the field like 6 weeks ago, and she had a download on the property of my co-founder about this project, and about, like, she didn't even know him, and then she got the information. I'm her sister, and we're like connected Pleiadian wise or something like that.
And conscious food is making people conscious. And this is how we reach millions of people.
Yeah.
Because this is easy to
Sit
put in
down,
somebody
please.
else's
Yeah,
mouth
please sit down.
and raise the vibration. I didn't want to crash you.
It's okay.
We
No.
can interview her specifically.
Maybe
and-
we can do it in November. You know, we're here back in November, so maybe we can meet then, have a proper chat.
Okay. When are you here in November?
So we're here. There's a Stanford Executive Summit where they invite startups, and I have the feeling Silicon Valley is so behind Web3. They should get the opportunity for us and the crypto oasis ecosystem to come on stage and to become partner with their capital. This is kind of the invitation I feel we should give them. So we're here. It's like November 16 around, like
We'll be here.
12 to 14.
Okay.
And we have to be back in 15th of November. And then it seems we're coming back for COP28 because of some sustainability keynote engagements with Avatar and things like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm actually, this is a whole other conversation. We might as well have it now. But one of my backgrounds, aside from crypto, before crypto, was in green energy.
Yeah,
that's
super.
cool.
And I can introduce one of my key mentors, dear friends. He's actually the original writer for like the first drafts of what became the first green energy bill, basic income for all, which I know is controversial, but it's coming, you know, and I think there's a way of doing it in a benevolent way. And then what became Obamacare. So he's like super Obamacare in the States.
Ah, wow.
Yeah. But he's actually connected to like 200 at the top. I'm on the board as well. Green energy scientists and activists.
Amazing.
Yeah,
So
introduce
maybe
him
we
too.
can even plan something for COP28. My co-founder, he runs a $1 billion construction company in Austria, and he is the sustainability leader in construction globally. He builds the highest wooden skyscrapers,
Yeah.
and they won the IoT award for AI with Microsoft. They're a tech company the same, and they have this collaboration project with global industry because they're the first polluters in the world.
Yeah.
And so he is he wrote a book about sustainability. He's kind of super famous for that. He has 30,000 followers. It's called From Ego to Lego, is these toys things.
Yeah.
So that if you surrender your ego, you become collaborators instead of competition. And
That's good.
and it's called Cree, like the tribe Cree. Doesn't matter. So I feel maybe we should try to organize something for COP about the female initiative we're driving, because we have the contact to certain people who are organizing panels. So maybe we should do something together. And I don't know if you know Ellie Light from Miami. She's a Burning Man DJ, and she plays
Ellie Light.
Caravan of Light Burning Man Camp, and she plays feminine frequency sets. She's on the top. She played at COP27. She sometimes goes to a volcano. She's Colombian, and just plays to bless.
I think I've seen her then. I think I've seen her. Yeah.
Probably. She played in Tanzania for the government, for decentralizing the
Really?
internet and all of that. So
Wow.
with her music sets, and I said to this organizer, say, you have to change the music. The music here is crazy.
You have to change it.
So there's so much going on.
Good.
And about intuition, just briefly.
Yeah.
Intuition is something that we're like, if we live in this denatured world, we're disconnected from our intuition often, and we can train the intuition because only then the
Interesting.
first pictures come up. So I've been trained by ayahuasca probably in 8 sessions just on this little plant inside of myself, intuition, because it was so, from my upbringing, it was so not invited to speak truth.
Confused.
So, well, I couldn't even hear anything naturally. I was always looking in the outside for an answer.
That's good.
So connecting to this is super important for women,
Yeah.
to the intuition and growing this. And it's really like a muscle. You have to train it. You have to practice. You have to make mistakes. You have to see what works, what doesn't work. And only with that intuition, women can become non-toxic, because otherwise they're insecure.
Yeah.
And this insecure is male, right?
Yeah.
So if we could, because what happened with the tribes was when the women were menstruating, they were set up. Often they were doing that together, right? Because you move into each other's energy, and you have so they were set in like a tent or something together to download the visions for the future of the tribe, and male would believe in it. And what's actually called the light conception in church is not only the frequency in which women can receive children without DNA, like sperm production, it is as well the belief in that we are downloading the visions for the future. This is the light conception.
For sure.
And when
Yeah,
we
exactly.
in that ourselves, but we can only do that when we trust ourselves.
Right.
And this needs self-love.
Exactly.
So a woman not being connected to the intuition is correct, and when she's scared, it's correct because she receives information that's not clean yet. So we have to empower each other to do the work, to really read to have this clear channel to with this guide the world, because that's a frequency where all males can trust. Males do not trust if this is not clear yet.
Yeah,
and there's
for
ego inside, and that's
For
true.
sure.
Like, how can they trust if we try to manipulate them because we're not on top of our feminine energy? We're black witches if we don't know how powerful
I'm
we
glad
are.
you said that, because that's what happens. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, us the same. Like years ago, we didn't know how to manage our sexual energy, and we were manipulating from not a heart space.
Yeah.
So everything that comes from a personal will and an ego perspective is a power that is very powerful in females, and that destroys. We're like destroyful witches, and we're light angels. This is both. And when we surrender and we train the intuition, we cannot do anything else than serving the heart frequency. But I have seen like almost my own black witch magic when I was still in the ego, and I was so hurt
For sure.
in companies, and it's very destroyful.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
but facing this radicalness of our own energy is crazy.
Yeah.
And this is where we have to help each other. It's like, it's okay to be like that.
Exactly.
It's yourself. And if we can integrate this, we can use it as like, we can use this aggression or the suffering for just creating white magic.
Inverting it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean to interrupt you, but like inverting it on yourself to
Yeah.
do the work, right? On yourself, right? So if you like, so for me, raising my hand, right? Like have the really strong, sort of slightly aggressive energy sometimes. Okay. Very loving, but I can feel my energy sometimes. It's like very intense. But like to what you're saying, if I were, and I invert that energy on myself in brutal honesty,
Yeah.
right, and vulnerability, then I end up receiving the benefit and the healing from my own seemingly destructive energy.
Yeah.
Right. And then that just uncovers my layers and helping me see my own truth.
Exactly.
Right.
And I always describe
really
like
good.
things that is true for feminine, but as well for the entire thing. I always feel like because we're conditioned until we're 7, that this is how it works.
Yeah.
And afterwards, the only thing you can access the subconscious conditionings is hypnosis and psychedelics. Your ego is too strong for anything else, really. This is a little bit black and white, but that's pretty much.
It's pretty much true. I think there's a lot of science.
And we're basically just a piece of hardware programmed by our conditionings. And if we see ourselves like this kind of almost distancing from this avatar, this is an avatar with conditioning. And I'm pure consciousness. And when we can look at this physical hardware and we're supporting this temple to become pure, then the true light can flow. And this is like we're all dirty. We have all we needed to get the hands and the body dirty to wake up to what this reality is, or wake up from the dream a little bit more. And we're still dreaming. Like we will always dream forever, but it's gonna be a little bit more clear every single day. And so the only thing I feel women really have to do is remember who we are as powerful. And this is specifically for women only working together, because we cannot do it ourselves. It's too scary. And then deconditioning this. And I always see it as because I come from the tech world, it's like we're a piece of hardware, and whenever a piece of software is seen as not useful anymore, deinstall it, and that exactly gives at the same, almost, it's like, I always feel it's like 5 minutes after the new download comes.
Yeah.
So in polarity, even the more crazy it gets, then the dark shit that gets darker gets deinstalled, and then the light code comes. And I feel this is like a constant software upgrade, and this is probably just seeing the mathematics of the DNA function together with consciousness, like how is will being manifested because you're communicating with the magnetic field of the conscious information and all of that. So when for me, it really helps to not personify myself with my shit, to be the other. Like I know I'm somewhere. I've been connected to the source. I lose connection. Sometimes get scared. But I look at this is a physical hardware avatar, which I'm trying to cherish as a temple as much as I can, practicing self-love, but then seeing the shit that needs to deinstall, that helps really not to feel guilty, because it's just the avatar we receive.
So you create space between who you are and what you
This is
identify
not
with.
me. Like,
It was so funny because I would just tell sometimes, like some friends in conversations. So you're just making me think about it right now. That when what you're interacting with, this is like the voicemail. Hi, you've reached Jessica. Dun 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 dun. You know what I mean? Like this is the program, like you're saying. But who I am, I'm always like, over here. And I'm just interacting through this mechanism, right? My actor, my avatar.
Yeah, exactly. This is
Do you want to like keep going your interview, because I didn't want to like interrupt? Like creating these moments of peace. Creating these moments of peace and just like sit here like right now and then use like this ball or something, and I like smell and I reconnect to source through that, creating this space and fill it with, oh wow, this is, okay, cool. Now I'm connected again. The channel gets pure and we have to like anchor it during the whole day, every
That's
single time
true.
during the whole day to do like a self check-in, be like, okay, okay, this is like so amazing.
In a second.
Yeah. She's yeah. I know, because I didn't want to interrupt you guys with your beautiful interview. Yeah, maybe do you wanna finish that? And I don't know. What is happening? Because
So
I still have some.
so this
Can
is
we do it like for next time in November? Yes.
what
Let's
we
do
with
something.
Zoom. You deserve your own space because it's a total different topic, I feel, but it's amazing. So you get to know each other.
Is that okay? Can we meet on Zoom?
Yes,
Maybe like
and you're so because with her, like with Women in Web3, that you meet on the 24th in the evening.
Yes.
Also, we do a friend of us. She does frequency clothing for women, so she tells how to raise the vibration through clothing. And for example, linen with cotton is distracting the energy always, the textures and. So and she's gonna help us and you as well to go into governments with this, because she is the code to hack governments.
I'm the Trojan horse, for example. So I go with this to the governments and I want to implement this frequency. This is like we have to go. It's like a peace movement, it's like a anchoring this frequency in these places where it's needed the most, where it deserves to be. And it comes from the women, this excites me the most, because like it's now I am like I could cry because this is so beautiful. We are sitting here with the most powerful women in the world, like right now together. And we do that together. And this is like, for me, always such an honor to meet women like you, because we are shifting the trajectory, of so many generations to come. This is like so beautiful.
Can we
So
share one of the power facts of yourself?
Yes.
Please do.
So Jill Swan?
Yes.
She's a very close friend of her, and she has been her world tour manager, and she has been trained for 6 years by her galactic federational tools and all of that. So now she's coming here to serve us, trained by Jill Swan. Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, she is here with us, you guys.
So I wrote a list last night.
No way.
Yes, because this was confirmation to me. It's the first time that I've like woken up like this, with like charged with energy, because this was like, this is my purpose, like,
because we started talking yesterday, and she had some energy experiences afterwards about the project and her role in the project.
Yeah, and I just started to get names started to come to me, and I have not thought about Teal Swan. Like, she's not, but I mean, the time I've seen her content, I just feel like I know you. Like
Yeah.
there's something here very familiar, you know, for like your friend or a cousin. Like that's kind of the energy I always would get.
Yes.
But yesterday, in preparation for today, I just started to write down names, and Teal Swan came to me.
Really?
No way.
I'll show you the paper. It's not. I'll take a picture
Yeah,
when I get
it's
home.
interesting.
Let's take a picture
What
together. I
other
will
names
send.
came?
Um,
I always get Elon Musk.
I got Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Actually, I wrote. I'll also take a picture of it and I'll
Yeah.
send it to you.
Yeah.
But what would you call it? The tagline for the show. A little bit of fun.
And we should do a TV show with you because you're
This
so
is-
beautiful. You deserve to be on TV and not just in a podcast. Because a
Yes.
Hollywood media fund
Yes.
producer that did the AI thing in the theater, he is our partner now, and she does a conscious cooking show, and you should do a conscious female show, something like that.
Actually, I wanted to do a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was. But I was just gonna start with podcasts. But I was gonna.
Yeah.
Because you
No, we should-
received the look from God to be
Yes.
shown. You're so
Yes.
beautiful.
We should go to Los Angeles. Something is happening in Los Angeles, and this is happening because that's what Teal said. This is what
this is what she said.
This is what she said.
Okay, we need to meet her soon.
We take a picture right now. I will go upstairs, send it to her, and be like, okay,
It's happening.
When
It's
are you
time.
back home? And we should do a Zoom call.
It's time.
Yeah, wonderful.
meeting.
It's time. It's amazing.
It's time.
And Elon
It's happening
comes in
right
the field because I think he's looking for us actually because
Yes.
he communicated. Yes, because he said that he's kind of scared of the AI, and the next thing he wants to do is building an AI that understands the universal truth. And he needs our AI team and our
Oh.
consciousness to support this mission, and he can do it. And I almost feel he is applying to us to serve, that we're combining his capacity with our knowledge.
Okay, we have to talk like so much, and I have to introduce a really good friend to you too. And actually, just to finish the Elon Musk thought, I was on one of his first calls on Twitter Spaces when he first bought it, and he did an introduction of his team of
Yeah.
everyone that's building the
Yeah,
what is it called, his new AI?
X.
X.
No, Twitter
No,
X.
No,
The,
he's building a what is it? I forget the name right now. Like his version of Open
Yeah.
AI.
yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
the name.
I can't remember either. But this tagline came to me when he said it, so I'll give him credit for it. But the tagline for the show is just to bring in some humor, because humor helps, you know, is what the hell is really going on? That's what he said on his his AMA, you know, introducing this team. And it's just like the fundamental question I think everyone's really asking themselves, you know, and that's what this show would be addressing.
What's
What?
really going on? This is interesting. So we can start with, so we're all just energy trying to remember in bodies who we are, waking up from a dream. And this is a war about consciousness in the world, love over fear.
Yeah,
And
what
you
is really
decide
going
now.
on?
Exactly. This
But he said it in a funny way. What the heck's really going on? You know?
okay. So
But it's-
you feel he knows, like he is he,
I think he maybe, you know, sometimes, and you would know this, sometimes people say stuff and they say so much and they don't even realize
Yeah.
what they said.
Yeah.
Because it's Elon Musk, chances are maybe he did know, but he said it in a whim, you know, because other people download sometimes. I don't know if this happens to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're sitting with people and they're not like, they'll say something and it feeds into whatever you're downloading.
yeah.
Or they say something and sometimes they realize what they said, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But it's huge, you know? So
Yeah.
I heard it. I don't know if it was for me, but I think it wasn't just for me. It was like the fundamental question everyone's really wondering. Like, what is really going on? You know, and that's what we're looking
Yeah,
at. That's what we're looking to answer by bringing
Yeah.
everybody together
Together and
everyone
talk
doing
about
their
it.
part.
Yeah.
And I think what's really going on is we're starting to understand we're source and the creator.
That's it.
All energy in different bodies. And that's why we're connected. This is like this big orgasmic.
Tia said to me, we have to go to like Los Angeles and there's like this show because I said to her, let's cook together and let's video it. And she's like, no, you're not on my show because you are with like these certain people. And she said, okay, there's only women and you're doing your own show and you are inviting me because it will be so big.
So you're the host of the show, probably.
That's it in Los Angeles.
I got this download a long time ago, but I wasn't
Amazing.
ready. I wasn't ready though.
Yeah.
Exactly. And now
Yeah.
it's interesting because we have built this for you. We're like, because everything is happening for you in the world, in the universe. You only exist and I'm just your
That's it.
projection, right? And this is how it works. I'm just the projection of your inside. So Mark, who sits in Düsseldorf, he built a 500, 600 million Hollywood fund and he produced Hollywood media. And he will help us do this because he's connected everywhere. He was like, he's my hero. He was a driver. That's how he got into movie business for in Malibu, early series Baywatch for
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson and David Hasselhoff. That's how he got into the industry. And then ever since he produced amazing media and Hollywood movies. So this is kind of the connection. We have to create, and this intering, this morning I said, because of the feedback I got yesterday, someone said, it's amazing. Someone said, when I heard your avatar talking about AI, I got this deep confirmation that some people are taking care of a bright future. And the avatar took my fear away of the future.
Wow.
And this is amazing because we take people's fear. And so I wrote to Mark, your video is clashing. It's amazing. We're the Love Propaganda Global Media Agency.
I love that. That's
Yeah. And I've seen this for years. It's
Right.
you know, and what's interesting is it's not like it's in a different energy right now. So Hitler had his media propaganda, right, which was brilliantly orchestrated and engineered, and it's just the same, almost same tools, but different frequency of information. Obviously, different because he thought he was like, and this is the crazy cycle. And don't quote me on this, but this is a crazy cycle. All the regimes have thought even Putin is acting out of his love consciousness. And everyone is serving this. So now we're here and everything is happening at the same time because time doesn't exist. So we're just in the awareness now, we can do it all together.
One more before I go. Maybe we can do something in November for like sustainability, right? It's all about sustainability. You said something about the green stuff. This is what we're creating. Maybe,
Yeah.
your text, yeah,
Yeah.
with the females and the music. There's something happening.
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
my mentor, this is what he does, and I do not quote me, I cannot remember. It's been several careers. You know that Michael Jackson song with all the bunch of famous people, like
Earth song.
we are the world. That song, there's like a bunch of famous people in it. He helped co-produce that. He brought them all together. So that's what he
Right.
does. He puts together huge. They're
Interesting.
like concerts, but with a movement, right?
Yeah.
So
And this is what I'm seeing, like Burning Man and big stages where the avatars are just the frequency and then music comes. And I always, ever since we said we need like a cosmic lullaby, and I always thought about the Earth song because when I was a child, I listened to the Earth song of Michael Jackson so long, like, or this We Are the World thing.
yes.
Yeah. Earth song and We Are the World.
Yeah.
Like in a new
In a new
way.
way.
almost.
Yes.